Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be making this absolutely amazing chicken Alfredo. It is tasty, extra creamy and incredibly satisfying. But first, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. So first things first, I will be showing you the ingredients for this recipe, and here I've got some pasta. I will be using tagliatelle or tagliatelle instead of fettuccine, but feel free to use any other kind of pasta that you prefer. I've also got some chicken thighs. You can use breast if you want, but I prefer to use thighs because they're juicier. I've got double cream. You can also use single cream or even milk. I will tell you how to use milk if you prefer to use that later. And I've also got some chopped onions. I've got some chopped parsley as well. You can use either the fresh or the dried one. I've also got some minced garlic, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, oregano, salt, chicken cubes, that's bouillon cubes, some Old Bay seasoning, and finally some Parmesan cheese. And now it's time to season my chicken, and for that I will be using some black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, bouillon cubes, and some Old Bay seasoning. And I'm just going to mix this together thoroughly and then leave to marinate for about an hour. And for my pasta, I've got a pan on medium heat and I'm just going to add some water. That's enough to cook the pasta. And I'm going to add a bit of salt, cover, and then bring to a boil. And at this time, I will begin to add my pasta. And once that's done, I will cover and leave to cook until al dente. Al dente simply means when you bite on the pasta, it still has a bit of restraint to it. It's not totally soft yet. And this should take roughly about 8 to 9 minutes, or you can just simply follow the instructions on the packaging. And while the pasta is cooking, I will begin to fry my chicken, and I will be adding some oil into a pan. I've got just some garlic flavored oil. I think it's vegetable oil. Just going to add that into my pan. It's on medium heat. And once that heats up, I will go in with my marinated chicken. And once the chicken is added into the pan, I will make sure that they are not overlapping, just so they can cook evenly. And I'm just going to leave it for about 3 to 4 minutes, just so it cooks on one side, and then I can flip them over later. After about 7 to 8 minutes, my chicken is pretty much cooked, but I don't like my chicken being this pale. I don't like the sort of pale color, so I'm just going to continue to fry until it browns. This is how I prefer, but if you like, you can stop at any time. Anyway, so it's pretty much cooked now, so I'm just going to transfer it into a bowl and then transfer the pan back onto the heat, leaving the residual oil in the pan. Once the pan is back on the heat, I will go in with some butter. I've got roughly about 2 to 3 tablespoons. I know it seems like a lot, and it actually is a lot, but this is not a recipe you make every single day, and it's something that you eat, with caution or in moderation. So that's fine. And once the butter melts, I will go in with my chopped onions. Now I will fry the onions for about 4 to 5 minutes or until translucent. Do you think I've got too much onions? I don't think so, and that's because I love onions in my food. But if you don't like too much onions, then you can obviously tailor it to your own preference, but this works for me. And after frying for about 4 to 5 minutes, I will go in with my chopped garlic. And once the garlic is added, I will fry this for 2 minutes. Please be careful with the garlic, because if you burn it, it's going to ruin the taste of your sauce. So just keep an eye on it or keep stirring all through. And once that's done, I will begin to add my double cream. Now, if you don't want to use double cream, you can also use single cream. I think that's also called half and half. Anyone is fine, but I prefer to use double cream because, you know, it's extra creamy and, you know, just makes it really lush. But like I said earlier, it's not something that you eat every single day, so just enjoy once in a while. You only live once anyway. So once that's done, I will mix this thoroughly. So I did mention earlier that you can use milk. Yes, you can use that. So just add in the milk and then add some flour. The flour is what's going to thicken the milk, and that also works. And at this time, I will go in with some dried basil, oregano, black pepper, some chicken bouillon. I'm using this in place of salt. I don't want to add too much salt to this because my chicken is already fully seasoned. And also I've added some salt to my pasta. And I'm just going to mix this thoroughly and then simmer for about 5 to 6 minutes. And after 5 to 6 minutes, as you can see, it's a little bit thicker than before, and that's perfect. And at this time, I will go in with my Parmesan cheese. Now, if you don't want to use cheese, you can skip it, to be honest. Especially if you're already using double cream, you really don't need to use it. It is part of the recipe, but if you don't want to make it too rich or you're trying to avoid, it's a bit too late for that. But if you're trying to avoid, you know, too much fatty foods, you can skip it. So I'm going to go in with my pasta now, and it's been drained already, and I'm just going to add that in and also add some of the pasta water. This is what's going to help this sauce thicken a bit. So I'm going to add that in and then mix thoroughly. Please make sure you don't add too much pasta. It needs to be very, very creamy, and that's because it tends to dry up after a bit. So make sure it is well coated, and like I said, you know, you still have like excess cream. And then I will go in with my chopped parsley. You can also use a dried one at this time. And I'm just going to combine this thoroughly and then add in the cooked chicken. This looks so good, doesn't it? It looks amazing. And just going to mix this thoroughly again and then leave to simmer for a minute. And once it's simmered, this is what it looks like. It looks absolutely amazing. Please, if you do try this recipe, do let me know how you get on by leaving me a comment in the comment section. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please, and also share with your friends and family. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.